Hi guys, welcome back to part 3 in this series on how to build a high income business. Now in part 1 we talked about looking at what are the parts of your business that actually create the income, not the stuff. We put that to one side and we encouraged you to, or I encouraged you to really look at the parts that were cash generating. Yeah? Then in part 2 we talked about your value proposition, the thing that makes you unique to all of your competitors. So I'm hoping that you've run through that exercise and now you're able to say, yeah John, I've got that nailed. I know exactly why we're different from all of our competitors, and I've got a value proposition that as soon as I put it in front of a customer they just instantly know why to buy from me. Have you got that? If you haven't, go back and do part 1 or part 2 of the video. So what are we going to do in part 3? Well, first thing is, we've got to get your name out there. If you're a secret, it's no good. You're not going to make the monies that you want from your business unless you become famous for what it is that you do. Now, when I say famous, I don't mean BBC famous. I'm talking about famous within the niche sector that you focus upon. Okay, so if you are a HR lawyer or a accountant or any of those service-based businesses, I know you're going to say to me, yeah, but I can look after anyone. Well, I'm sure you can, but that's never going to make you as much money as you could get if you focused on a particular niche. So what niche should you focus upon? Well, again, I'm going to take you back into your database. If you take your database and run through all of the customers that you've had for the last 10 years, I know some of you may have had a business only for a year or 18 months or 3 years, go back to all of your contacts over the last 10 years, write them down, and then next to them put on an Excel sheet, put what sector are they in. So as an example, if you're an accountant and you run through all of your customers and say, well, I've got about 15% of my customers are engineering companies, and about 25% of my customers are business coaches, and then the rest, it's all bitty. Well, guess what? I'm going to get you to focus on your top 2 niches. So go after business coaches and go after engineering companies, because it's easier. You already have a number of clients within those certain sectors. So whatever it is that you do, you will have 2 or 3 sectors, but one will be the bulk of who you know. Now, to put a marketing strategy together that is laser-sighted on making you leads, opportunities that will result in business, you have to do one thing. And that one thing is you have to find out why did those customers come to you to buy your products or services. So let's go back to our accountant, and let's say that, as we were talking earlier, 25% of his business is in coaches. Okay, so you go back to those coaches and you say, why did you buy from me? And the coaches will come out and, you know, they may have different things. Well, I liked you. Okay, and well, actually you just seem to know about the coaching business. Interesting. Or you know how to, and whatever that may be. Once you've got a list and you've spoken to X number of them, the next thing is to go through your database and talk to coaches, using this example, that you don't deal with, and ask them the question, why did you choose the accountant that you already have? You got it? Now, if you ask enough of those, you should end up with a bulk of people that will tell you the top 2 or 3 reasons why they have bought from the character and organization that they have bought from. You then have, I know I'm punctuating this, you then have exactly the message that should be going out in your marketing materials. Yeah? So if it's for coaches and they've pretty much universally said to you, well, the reason that we come to you is you understand the coaching business, you understand the famine and feast nature of it, and you understand how to work with us and balance things out over the period of a year. And you also give us feedback in how to And you get my meaning. That's all going to go into your message, and you're going to laser sight that out and talk specifically to coaches and mentors. How do you do that? Well, there's a whole raft of things that you can do. Take LinkedIn, for example. You can go on into LinkedIn, and wherever you're based, you can do a search within 10, 15, 25 miles of wherever it is that you are for coaches, accountants, whatever subject it may be. So if you're a social media guru and you want to find people that would have an interest in social media, well, you've just named every business on the planet. So you can't serve every business on the planet, and this is another example of us going back on the accountant. Of course, you're going to have to niche and find out who you can serve. And again, you'll put that into LinkedIn and you'll search those too. So that's just a very quick process of niche marketing. So take out that blank piece of paper and write down what by far and away is the largest percentage of clients that you have. Why do they buy from you? And what will you now put into your marketing message to go straight to that particular niche? Okay, I'll leave you with that for now, and then in part 4 we'll talk about how you make contact and actually create that opportunity.